I mean, we leverage technology to help form deep relationships. Part of how we do that is we were really challenged when we started to think about what would scale look like for Thread. We set out a very ambitious goal of reaching 5%. So remember, the most academically underperforming 5% of every freshman class across the school district. So that would mean engaging 3,000 students at scale here in Baltimore. And in order to do so, we'd have to weave together relationships with 7,000 volunteers. So when you think about that's a 10,000 person community, that's a lot to manage. And so a for-profit CEO pointed out to us, he's like, "You'll never scale." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because you don't have what I have." And he pulled out a dashboard on his cell phone, and it was in units of dollars, and he could look at it in real time. And he's like, "Until you can give me a single unit that you measure in real time, I'm not going to believe that you can scale." So what I did was I actually spent 6 months looking at, luckily we collect tons of data. We're founded by a bunch of scientists. And so what I did was I looked at the data, and the preliminary data pointed to something really we believe to be profound, which is we believe we can predict if a student's going to graduate from high school, go on to college, graduate from college, and truly break the cycle of poverty long term. The single metric that can be looked at in real time that predicts that is touch points. So it's how many interactions is a student having with a volunteer. We know if there's consistent touch points between students and volunteers that the student is going to be better than okay. And when you think about it, you step back, you say, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense." Like, it's hard to have a healthy relationship if you're not in contact with someone. And we know if you have a healthy relationship, we know that every young person, what they need to become a happy, healthy adult is just to have a consistent, caring adult in their life. So what we did was we built a tech platform that allows us to do exactly what that for-profit CEO said we needed, which is our volunteers now can log on their phone the touch points that they're having with the student, but it's kind of like Fitbit for relationships. You can also see the touch points that the other 5 volunteers have had. And looking at those really gives you a sense of the health of the relationship, and we know the health of the relationship is predictive of the future success of our students. So that's how we've kind of leveraged technology to really bring people together in person versus keep them separated and apart and online.